Thank grace of heaven, um, Buddha, saints, and sages, and transmitters, and guest and lecturers, and everybody else here, giving me an opportunity to talk about my research on the Happy Buddha. All of us know that Monday, January 1st, the lunar year is his birthday. So let's talk about who is Happy Buddha. Happy Buddha has many names, as you can see from the slide up there. He's called Happy Buddha, Laughing Buddha, Mileful, Miler, Maitreya. I'm going to go through basically. Mila is the transliteration of Maitreya in Mandarin, and Maitreya is the Maitreya Yakarana in Sanskrit for short. Okay, and in ancient China, Maitreya was translated into Mandarin as Ci, which means compassion. Ci then became the last name and Ajita as the first name for Maitreya. In the Han Dynasty of the ancient Chinese history, Maitreya was interpreted as Ajita Bodhisattva, and later in Tang Dynasty, Maitreya was called Ajita as well, but in tradition, he was well known for the title of Mila. It was also recorded in some sutras that Buddha also named Maitreya for Ajita. Ajita is the Sanskrit name which means invincibility or unconquered. That's the sitting postures of Maitreya. So here's a little background of who he is. As the larger Sukhavati Vuha Sutra said, Maitreya was born 42 kalpas or eon earlier than Buddha Shakyamuni. Once followed Buddha Ratnachatra and became enlightened thereafter. Ajita was born with the full 32 marks of a superior being who later on become a disciple of Shakyamuni and was one of the main interlocutors in the Mahayana Sutra. Although Maitreya realized Buddhahood before Shakyamuni, he honored Shakyamuni as his teacher and held him in the highest esteem. One way portraying Maitreya shows him adorned with a stupa on the crown of his head. The stupa symbolizes Shakyamuni, and its position on Maitreya demonstrates supreme respect. While practicing as a bodhisattva, he specialized in the meditation of great love. He specialized in cultivating the compassionate heart samadhi. In addition to love, one of the main practices of Maitreya was the 7-limb puja. As you can see, he has that stupa on his crown. So the 7-limb puja. This powerful method for countering the delusions, purifying negativity, and accumulating meritorious energy is an integral part of the Mahayana Buddhist practice. Maitreya now resides in Tushita heaven, where he preaches sermons to heavenly beings. He will be the 5th universal Buddha of this world age and turn the wheel of Dharma for the benefit of all. He will be reborn in Jambudvipa as a human form, 5,670 million years later, when humanity reaches a lifespan of 80,000 years old. Can you imagine that? We have 80,000 years age. Later, he will reach Buddhahood under the Longhua tree in the garden of Hualing. I thought this is very interesting to show. This is an early Mahayana Buddhist tribe. From the left to right is a Kusan devotee, and then is Maitreya, and then the Buddha, and the Avalokitesvara, and a Buddhist monk. This is from the 2nd to 3rd century at Grandhara. Here's another one. It says the future Buddha Maitreya is from the 3rd century CE. Next, I'd like to talk about examples of Maitreya's incarnation. Lu Zhongyi is the picture on the right, or our, we call it Golden Elder. According to the Yiquan Dao doctrine, Lu Zhongyi was the incarnation of Maitreya. He was born on the 24th of 4th lunar month in 1849 in Jinling, Shandong province, China. In 1895, at the age of 46, he was said to have a dream from God instructing him to become a student of Master Leo, the 16th patriarch. He became the 17th patriarch of Yiquan Dao in 1905 in Qingzhou. He died on the 2nd day of the 2nd lunar month in 1925. So he passed away at the age of 76. The other incarnation is from the Tang period beginning of the Wutai dynasty. Wutai monk, or a monk with a sack, was known to be an incarnation Maitreya. He gave advice and teaching to those who cared to hear him, collected all kinds of things in his bag to give out to people who needed them. He was known sleeping very comfortably on the snow during cold winters. Wutai monk died in the sitting posture at the corridor of a temple and left behind a verse which said, Maitreya is a real Maitreya who manifests uncountable transformed bodies. Consistently, he manifests before living beings who are not able to recognize them. Maitreya's physical form. The idea of Maitreya pictured as a happy fat Buddha came about of what he represents. The Maitreya Buddha represents wealth, health, love, happiness or joy, success, peace, and harmony. In short, he represents what each person aspires for. There are several stories as to why the image of Maitreya Buddha became that of a happy fat Buddha or laughing Buddha. One of the stories that the image of the happy fat Buddha came about is because of the Buddhist monk. Another story claims that Maitreya one day visited Earth to share the sutras. However, all the women are unable to absorb his teachings because all they can see is a very handsome young prince, and they fell in love with him. Seeing that his image causes women to distract, he transformed himself to a fat, bald man. So I have, for the women, this is one of the, he does look kind of handsome. So I thought this was kind of handsome. We'll pass around. And later he transformed to this. Well, he looks happy in this one. So.
Very warm.
Okay, so you can pass it around. I mean, you can agree with me or disagree with me, but I thought that was interesting. Yeah, that picture. And here, this is a picture I printed out that he's wearing the stupa in his crown to honor Shakyamuni to be his teacher, even though that he enlightened it before he did. Pass it on. Okay. So in conclusion, here's some more images of the Buddha monk. These are one on the left is from the India. It was built from the India, and the other one on the right is from the Bangkok. And this is from Nepal. And this is a close-up of that, the one before this. So in conclusion, Maitreya represents what each person aspires. We want to learn to express the qualities of Buddhas. The four immeasurable minds are embedded in all Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, saints, and sages. We want to practice the Tzu. To give, Tzu also means limitless happy joy, or to give or bring others the happiness. Bei means infinite compassion. It's to help others to remove or minimize their discomfort by listening or explaining to them the problems. Xi means boundless mercy. It's to be able to feel the joy for others. Unfortunately, this is a common challenge among human beings because of the jealousy, even when we admire or envy to others. Sa means infinite equanimity, includes making donations whenever we can, and also to share and spread the knowledge of Dharma, or propagating Tao to others. We want to be more thoughtful to the people around us. We can self-reflect to work inwards on ourselves. It means that we need first to recognize bad habits, then to get rid of them. We need to control our tempers and speak in kind words. After all, our true nature does not come with bad habits and bad tempers. Because we incarnated too many times, they are like layers of dust that we need to remove to reveal our true nature. We shall resume or continue the journey of Tao in everyday life and to realize the visible form is only an illusion. The same applies to its perception, to its names and classifications, to discriminative intellect, or you call it duality, making distinctions, and finally, even to our consciousness. The more we learn about the Tao, the Buddha, the sutra written by the Buddha and saints, and practice to let go all karmatic affinities, the more we will realize that our true nature is truly beyond words and imaginations. That's it. Thank you.